What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several news. I will show you that we have another lawsuit against SEC, and on the one hand it is a good news, but on the other hand I will show you the comment of Mark Basile, where he explained that it is not the best choice for us as a retail community, and that is why we have to be very cautious with any news that is appearing on the market. Then I will show you very impressive results of the most recent podcast What's Bugging Me with Johnny Tabaka as a special guest. Then I will show you the most impressive part of today's video, and I will show you that the train of Donald Trump's DJT company is rapidly speeding up, and we are the part of this train, and definitely our destination point is the resolution of MMTLP saga. And the biggest goal for all of us is to have a fair market in general. And at the end of this video I will share my personal story, and guys, it is very important for me personally, that is why please watch this video till the very end. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you, or if you think my videos are pure clickbaits and it is nothing burger for you. And this is also part of my today's video. So, let's start with this news. Mark Basile reposted this tweet that was published by Frank's Zone on April 24th, and he wrote, "Shocker. A lawsuit has been filed against Gary Gensler, the US Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Consolidated Audited Trail by the New Civil Liberties Alliance. The plaintiffs in this case are Eric Davison, John, let me show you right here, John Restivo, National Center for Public Policy Research, and the defendant is Gary Gensler and SEC Commission." So, let me show you what Mark Basile wrote in response to this case. Retail United and Naked Truth Info need to intervene as amicus. They want to quash CAT data based on alleged privacy concerns. This is how politics and markets work. Instead of expanding and making it transparent to catch the thieves. And definitely, this opinion is very valuable for the community because Mark Basile definitely knows the exact status of this CAT data. And this data, let me remind you that this data helps to search the wrongdoers on the market who potentially might use a naked shorting strategy. And definitely, not all of the lawsuits are useful for us, and not all of the lawsuits against Gary Gensler and Securities and Exchange Commission might help to resolve this problem. And several videos ago I showed you that Citadel Securities also changed the CAT data based on the same concerns of a privacy of this data. And definitely we have to keep this in mind and be extremely cautious with any of these lawsuits. So, let me show you another tweet that was published by Mark Basile. He reposted the Dennis Neal tweet that he made yesterday. More on MMTLP and de facto Trump alliance up tomorrow on What's Bugging Me on Ricochet Apple Podcast. And guys, this podcast already happened, and I heard this podcast, and I have to say that more than half of its length was dedicated to MMTLP problem, and I have to say that Johnny Tabaka, the special guest of this podcast, explained perfectly well the current status and the potential involvement of Donald Trump's DJT company in our case, and how this might help us to win this battle. Definitely, this episode of What's Bugging Me podcast on Ricochet is worth your attention for 100%. That is why I highly encourage you to take a look on it. So, let me show you the next tweet that was made by Mark Basile, and he reposted the tweet that was published by Suzy Surfer, and it says, Korea built system to speed up banning naked shorts. And guys, you know that a lot of other companies, a lot of other countries basically are trying to solve the problem of naked shorting, and as you can see, just 20 hours ago, Ham Short Killer posted this tweet and it says, this screenshot says, SEC, help us, all the naked shorts are coming here to rob us. They are blocked everywhere else. And all of these countries blocked naked shorters. But why in the world the United States cannot do the same? And here's the answer from Mark Basil, how we can solve it. So, Mark wrote this 19 hours ago in response to this system from South Korea. Coding is coding because computer language is universal. How about we license that software and implement it in the United States? It's already done. Or haven't enough loopholes been developed into it so retail can keep getting slaughtered? And definitely, why in the world you have to invent something new if everything was already invented? Definitely we know the problem of naked shorting and we know how to solve it. The main reason of this naked short position is failed to deliver loophole and is the chance of broker-dealers to add to the liquidity of certain companies, and definitely this leads to this opportunity for them to nakedly short any asset. And when this problem is solved, definitely we will have a fair market. But as long as authorities don't want to do it, we will still have these scumbags on the market, and all the retail investors will continue to lose their money. And this is quite upset. So let me show you another news, another tweet that was made by Glass Guy and that was reposted by John Burda. It is basically a call to action to Congress members, and let me quote you this. Glass Guy wrote it 20 hours ago. Do you remember this letter? It was unacceptable when Gary was a few days late. And here is the screenshot, and you can see the letter that was signed by 74 Congress members. And we know that Gary Gensler missed the deadline by 6 days, and his response was useless, because he didn't answer on any questions that was asked in this letter. And let me quote you further. What do you call it when we don't have an answer to a hearing or subpoena for almost 90 days? Be man and woman of your word. Don't just sign a letter. Get us a hearing. And this is the most important part. We still have to have this hearing from Congress, and then potentially we might have a subpoena. In my opinion, it is the most prominent way, one of the most prominent ways how we can solve our problem from today's point. Let me show you another quite interesting tweet. Senator Mike Crapo, the person who might issue a subpoena, one of two persons who might issue a subpoena, wrote this 13 hours ago. As a part of my regular duties as a senator, I ensure that my constituents hear from me through social media, letters and videos. It is my pleasure to send messages back to my constituents addressing Idaho's successes, achievements and future. And Happy Urbanstein wrote this tweet. Very glad and grateful to read this. Is there any chance of pushing further the MMTLP to obtain an MMTLP hearing and subpoena? We are still no further along after all this time. And he added this screenshot that was made by AI, and definitely we have to address to Mike Crapo's office and James Comer's office as well in order to have this meeting. So let me show you another quite interesting part, and this tweet was published by Kristen Shaughnessy just a couple of hours ago in regards to the DJT case and how it is ramping up. So David Nunes suggests RICO charges for counterfeit crooks, says fines aren't a deterrent. Then it's a much different crime. Over the years, when people get busted for doing this, for basically producing counterfeit shares, it is a slap on the wrist. They make hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe even billions of dollars on trades, and it goes through mountains of legal costs if someone is going to try to bring a case like this. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of money to you and I, but they may get a couple of $1 million fine or $10 million fine. What I've said to Congress and what we are looking at is, if this is really happening and people aren't afraid of it, there are some other rules on the books called RICO. And if people are conspiring to commit RICO, then it is a much different crime. And you can see the full video of this interview on this link, and definitely if someone files a RICO lawsuit against these wrongdoers, definitely it will be a completely different story, because it will be a real sentence in prison for these wrongdoers, and definitely no one will escape, and this is the crucial part of this case. And guys, a lot of people on my previous videos in the comment section told me that I do a clickbaits on the thumbnails and titles. Let me show you that on my latest video you can see that more and more people just started to do these comments. Clickbait never happened. Next one is right here. It happened. What happened? Another video happened. Next one. I get sick of the clickbait. And some of my viewers even told me that the only reason why I'm making this video, these videos, is for money. And guys, let me show you quite interesting detail. This is one of my videos, and as you can see, it is the real YouTube studio page. Here you can see that I earned about $10 out of the video that has 1.1 thousand views. And it is quite good video, and guys, it takes me more than 4 hours to create these videos, and this means if you divide $10 by 4 hours, it will be about $2.5 an hour. And do you think that it is enough for me and for my family to have this money in order to live in the country where the minimum wage is at least 3 times higher? Definitely it is not enough. And guys, I do these videos on a daily basis in order to help MMTLP community. I don't have any shares of MMTLP, I'm not an MMTLP shareholder, but please stop trying to count the money in my pockets. I'm a trader, and I do a lot of trades in order to earn the money. And YouTube channel is just my hobby. And I'm not trying to do any clickbaits. All I'm trying to do is to attract more attention to these videos in order to help MMTLP community. And that's all. So guys, and what we have to do in order to solve this problem? First of all, let me show you this. We have to keep pushing, and all the wrongdoers know that it's coming. For example, Curtis 19 hours ago wrote this. Regulators must equip themselves with tools such as bail-in bonds to deal quickly with failed clearinghouse for stocks, bonds or derivatives without having to call on taxpayers for cash. And here he added the link to the article that was published on Reuters. Regulators told to be ready to handle failed clearinghouses. And Junk Savvy wrote this. Failed clearinghouses. I think we know of a few, and definitely we know the current status of these houses, and we know how a lot of major market makers have the line in their balance sheet, securities sold and not yet purchased. And it is an infinite loophole for them in order to create a huge inflow of free money. And we have to stop it. And how we can do it? Definitely by contacting our Congress members. And as you can see, Don Fis reposted this just recently, and you know that Don Fis will be again in the District Columbia, and he will contact the Congress members directly, and he will push our case forward. But as for us, we have to call our representatives and our Congress members. Let me show you this. Crucial Mix wrote this tweet on April the 2nd, and this tweet is still up to date. Call your congressman's office and ask your representative to contact James Comer's office to express support for an MMTLP congressional hearing. And this is the most important part and the easiest part that all of us can do. And definitely, slowly but surely, we will win this battle. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby,